Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. After many years, it is finally here. Body pillows are coming to War Thunder. We've talked about many times in the past that when it comes to War Thunder, there is going to be a point where they decide to go all bells, loose, or everything out the window when it comes to either historical stuff or whether it comes to, general camouflages and everything like that. This year, when we have a look at the tournament stuff, when they've been doing the camouflages, when we have a look at the good old box stuff, which they've done every update, and now with a bunch of the events and decorations, I think it's fair to say that that is out the window. Nothing matters, everything is possible, anything that you can think of, or any degeneracy that may be around, will be turning up in War Thunder. So, good old Ashida has a Datamine. I'll leave a link in the description for you. And it is for 2 new decorations. You have the Stars and Stripes Sweetie Dakimura, which is for the USA, and the Motherland Maiden Dakimakura, which is such a hard word to say. And it's also for the USSR. So, what are these? Well, they're body pillows, and if you don't know what Dakimakura means, it literally means embrace pillow, so it's a body pillow. Usually body pillows are something which used to, in the West, be something that pregnant women would have, so therefore it could comfort them, or if you had people who were feeling lonely or depressed, you would pick them up, so therefore you would have something to hold. It was also something you would give to children to be able to comfort them, but now we have 30 to 40-year-old men who put anime waifus on them, and that's how they live. And there's even been cases, especially in Japan, of people unofficially marrying body pillows, or even just marrying, video game characters, and all of these general things. So it's definitely an interesting time to live. So, what's my opinion on this stuff? My general opinion is it's not a surprise to see. It's just one of those things which was always going to happen, because if you knew anything about War Thunder or the people who ran War Thunder, the guys who are literally called Gaijin, by the way, and also some of the merchandise that they've had over the years on certain streams, that they're full of weebs. And if you also have a look at some funny demographics, such as the Pornhub analytics of places like Russia, hentai is one of the largest parts of, searches from that region. And there's a lot of weebs when it comes to Eastern Europe. Maybe a little bit too much, only to be eclipsed by, of course, America, which has the most weebs around the place. Now, do I dislike or have a distaste for weebs? No, not really. I don't really have a dislike or distaste for any set of group of people. Generally, when it comes to my opinions on these things, it's pretty simple. You can live your life however you want. I don't really care what you do. Obviously, don't try and influence me in whatever things you do, but at the end of the day, you do you and I do I. That's how it is, and then if we have common stuff, we'll chat about it. The only one rule I have is pretty simple. Don't fuck kids. And sometimes this rule is broken by some. So unfortunately, they have to go in the dumpster. So when it comes to this stuff, though, it's just standard-ass body pillows. People are trying to link it to certain events that may happen in the future. People are hoping that this is not DMM exclusive as well, because remember, that is also a thing that can happen. Obviously, they're usually labeled differently, but who knows? This is the first sighting of these things, so you never know what may happen. And we'll probably get an event on it. It'll probably be a gacha box, because of course it will be, and then they'll be sold on the Gaijin market because they'll just be so highly in demand, just like a lot of stuff. One of the weird things about weebs in general is that they will pay top dollar for the most ridiculous things. So, for example, if you have a look at a lot of the decals in the past, so a lot of the stuff such as the the pinup for Japan, for example. So the pinup pilot for Japan right now is 3 Gaijin coin 55, where all of the other pinups are less than 1 Gaijin coin. This also happens with other stuff as well, such as certain decals which sit around the place, and it's just really odd that that's the actual case on how all of this stuff works. But yeah, it's something that I don't think I will ever get used to, or I will ever understand, but what are you going to do at the end of the day? It's just, people enjoy some stuff, they generally like, the setup of it, and then you kind of go from there. So it is kind of how it is. So hopefully people enjoy this stuff. We'll have a look at it in the asset viewer so we can see what's going on. There's also some new event text. So there's the BM3112, the T54412, the board number USSR, and of course the decoration for the demolition crate, and of course the M1918A2, the artillery emblem, and also get for excellent artillery training decal or glory to the Stalin Guard text, and the key of the demolition crate for completing the task. So all of these things are to do with the upcoming Victory Day event, which is happening in a few days. And then from there, you'll be able to basically get yourself the BM3112. So we don't know how these body pillows are coming in. We just know they exist. Let's have a look at them. So here's the first one. This is the American Dakimura. You can see it has a skirt, a top, tits, and boots, and also a helmet. So welcome to the new reality. Coming to a tank near you when it comes to War Thunder. Hopefully you'll be able to turn these things off. But, it's here. It also has an animated version, which doesn't do anything. And the one thing I was interested in was to see what was on the bottom of it, because basically one of the things that wasn't shown was the other side. But it's the same, just, less coloured, which kind of sucks. So, there you go. This is what's going to be coming at some point. As I said, probably in a gacha box. And will be incredibly frustrating to get, I'm sure, because of course they're going to do something like that. So I hope you're ready for this. She also has a paintbrush for some reason. I don't know, maybe it's something to do with the character, who knows. Like, anything's possible nowadays. And then you have the USSR one, who is obviously doing the pose, which is, you put the legs together and go, ooh, all that stuff. I hear that's quite important for people to get into character, because obviously when it comes to these characters, one of the important things is to infantilize them for some reason. But yeah, Japan is a very weird culture when it comes to underage stuff. I'm not going to get into it in this video, but the whole thing is really screwed. I'm sure many people in the comments are going to critique, what I've said and, disagree with it. I don't care. Facts are facts, unfortunately. You don't have to defend a weird fandom which has a weird infantilization fetish when it comes to it. But when it comes to stuff like this, that's kind of what ends up happening. So, just a general wave, no paintbrush, so very sad. Red hair's quite cool though, quite nice to see. And then also, at the same time, the USSR setup. So, this isn't a Russian Federation doll, it's actually a USSR one, interestingly enough. So, probably would have been a bad idea to make it the other side. We'll see how these get into the game. However they get into the game, I'm sure people will be happy to see them, or at least some people will be happy, and then the other ones who aren't happy to see them will get barked at by people who need to go for a walk. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. I'd just like to thank Millie Draper, Juan the Panda, Nick R. Kupila, Carrion Crow, Gus Irenicus, Pyman, Merciless Reaper, Orange Tail, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Moxie B. Young, Peter Grayling, Jerry Provolt, Bareen, Alan Hacker, Sem Arslan, Uncle Bean, Derek R., and Lafouche for supporting the channel.